for the Eagles in goal, number 30, senior John Howe. On defense, number 14, senior co-captain Jack Wasik. On the other team, number 22, senior Simon Belanco. Starting at center, number 6, senior Jack Bonfie. At wing, number 10, senior Ben Palmer. And at wing, number 23, junior Kyle Hepburn. And now, our blue line
We're just running audio from the rink on that. Yeah, we're about 13 minutes left in the second. Yeah, what's up? Sorry, here, hold on. I'm trying to run camera in. Call you when this is done.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back inside the Elk River Arena as we start the third period between Elk River and Totino-Grace. Patrick Golia alongside Brett Johnson here on Youth Hockey Hub. There's a shot from the blue line by Joey Foss as it trickles out back all the way through. Quickly into the offensive zone, though, for an icing. And as Joe Greniak tracking it down for Elk River. 3-2, Totino-Grace leading here as we're just underway in the third period. 16:39 to go. We have a face-off coming in the Totino-Grace zone. As Blake Johnson will take the face-off for Elk River against Adam Johnson for the Eagles. The face-off pushed back into the corner, played around the Totino-Grace net up to the far side, where Luke Delzer has it. He'll push it up forward into the offensive zone is Johnson, as he takes a big hit in the far side corner as it's poked back behind the Elks net. Play it down to the near side. And then into the neutral zone. Gaining the offensive zone briefly was Ethan Schultz. And then chipped in deep by Jack Ferry as it's gloved and held onto by the goaltender John Howe. 16:10 to go now in the third period. 3-2, the Eagles maintaining the lead over the host Elks. Glad to have you with us this evening here on Youth Hockey Hub. And another face-off coming to the left of Howe. It's still loose in the circle and pushed back into the corner. And Simon Belanco trying to send it the other way for Totino-Grace out into the neutral zone where Foss has it. He controls high up in the neutral zone. Puts it up in front of the Eagles bench. Now down into the Totino-Grace zone. They chased around by Jack Bonfie and then lost behind the net. Centering feed blocked. It's picked up by Belanco. Good job by the Elks, though. Here is trying to set something up as that shot is blocked. Turnaround shot on the second chance is covered up by Howe. That puck trickled over to Zach Michaelis, who let that shot go from the near side circle. 15:39 to go here in the third period. 3-2, Totino-Grace maintaining the lead. And off the face-off, controlled again by Totino-Grace. Belanco trying to play it around. Chipping into the neutral zone is Jake Wachik. Elks, though, back into the offensive zone. There's a long shot that'll go high over the top of the net. And Michaelis, as it comes back out into the neutral zone. With Foss collected, bringing back the other way into the offensive zone, where he gets knocked off the puck there. Foss showing some good toughness as he maintains possession as he circles the net, brings it back to the far side, and sneaks through a couple of Elk River players back into the neutral zone, so the Elks will have to vacate. The Eagles possessing it in their own zone. Belanco with it. He sent a long cross-ice pass into the offensive zone. There's a shot saved and held onto. Offensive zone face-off coming. The left of Kyle Esprum. Totino-Grace controls the face-off. Flip it up into the corner. Elk trying to push it back the other way. They'll collect it behind their own net, bring it back around to the near side where it's chipped up into the corner. Grace comes out with it, lining up for a blast from the blue line, saved by Esprum. Stephen Golden letting one rip. The Elks will push it back around to the near side with Jack Ferry. Ferry, though, he gets tied up as he tried to gain the offensive zone. Good job, though, by Ferry to keep fighting. These Elks showing some good tenacity here early in the third period, trailing by one. There's a shot that's blocked out front. Will come back down to the corner. But the Elks will play it back around to the far side. And Jack Gray has it for Totino-Grace. He'll chip it up along the bench into the Elk River zone. Back around to the near side now. Sending this one cross ice is Michaelis. With a shot saved by Howe and held onto. With a face-off coming in the Totino-Grace zone. 13:43 to go here in the final period. Well, the Elks looking for that equalizer. They've shown some really good puck strength and tenacity. They're not letting these Grace players knock them off the puck as easily Well, the Eagles will have their hands full trying to protect this 3-2 lead. Getting kicked out of the face-off circle is Johnson. The Elks control the face-off. Wobbles down into the near side corner. 13:30 to go in regulation. 3-2, Totino-Grace leading. As the Eagles come out with it, they'll push it out through neutral ice into the offensive zone. Onside is Delzer. He'll pull up, backhander, saved by the goaltender Esprom. Chipped ahead and back out into the neutral zone, though, where Totino-Grace will throw this one back in deep with Wachek, who collected it at the red line, threw it back in deep. The Elks play it behind their own net. Getting the 4-minute mark here of the third period, 13 minutes to go. Here's Belanco. Gets it to Wachek into the offensive zone. Wachek with some good stick handling, tried to go to the backhand, lost control of it. Elks collect it back the other way. Flip it back out through the neutral zone all the way down into the Eagle zone. There's Belanco trying to chase it down for Totino-Grace. Joey Manthe taking a hit behind the net for Elk River. Elks able to hold the offensive zone. They'll play it around the net. Centering feed intercepted and chipped back along the boards by Wachek. There's a pass out into the neutral zone. There's Bonfi for Totino-Grace. Will have a puck going up into the rafters and out of play. And a face-off coming with 12:18 to go in regulation. 3-2, Totino-Grace leading Elk River here at the Elk River Arena. Beautiful modern arena here in Elk River. We have a face-off here. Caleb Meehan winning the face-off. He'll push it back deep behind the Elk River net. It's chipped around back behind the Elks net. Trying to chase it down is Gray. Gray getting tied up. It's poked back the other way down into the near side corner. And back up into the far side corner where Cole DeVite will try to track it down for Elk River as it's loose in front of the Elks bench. And it'll come. Elk River keeps getting it blocked, trying to chip it down into that Eagle zone, but finally they're able to do so, but they will change as the Eagles throw it through the neutral zone. Icing waved off as this one goes all the way into the Elk River zone. Elks looking to reset, but a good blue line forecheck, although it is eventually cleaned out by Ferry. Ferry into the offensive zone. One-time shot. That save, that was Austin Humphrey who let that one go. Howe holds on. Face-off coming in the Totino-Grace zone. 11:23 to go in regulation. We talk about these Elk River players just showing great strength, the way that they keep fighting through these physical plays by Totino-Grace. It's off the face-off. That shot blocked. It'll go off the end wall. And the Eagles come back with it. Chip it out into the neutral zone. And to control it is Kyle Heffron. He'll send one off the glass. Eagles, though, able to maintain control, but then losing it was Bonfi. And into the offensive zone with speed is Michaelis as he sends a shot off the end wall. River able to hold the zone at the point. Long shot. Second chance. Backhand still loose in front of the goaltender. Now chipped out toward the blue line. Able to be held in by the Elks. There's a long shot through traffic, but Howe able to find it, and he'll hold on with 10:43 to go. And we see the fight of Elk River continuing their offensive zone pressure. Looking very strong here thus far in the third period, but haven't been able to solve Howe yet to tie the game. Off the face-off. There's a shot that'll go wide. Pushes up, high up in the zone, knocking it down with the glove, trying to go to the backhand, then getting tied up. We have a player go to the ice behind the net. No penalty coming. As Totino-Grace pushes it back the other way into the Elk River zone. And back the other way will be Dwight. We're all the way down back into the Totino-Grace zone. The The Eagles come out with it back to neutral ice, sending it down to the near side. Thielen had to turn around to try to corral it, and he couldn't do it, so Elk River will regain possession in their own zone. Back out in the neutral zone as Totino-Grace pushes it right back in deep. Collecting it is Nick Nielsen. He'll play it around to the near side. Nick Stitcha there for Totino-Grace. It was a bad pass that was deflected. Will go all the way back into the Totino-Grace zone as Howe out of his net to chip it back into the neutral zone. Played off the near side boards by Stitcha. We have a penalty coming here with 9:29 to go in the final period. The neutral zone face-off. Michaelis wins the face-off against Bonfie. So chipped up into the bench area. 9:23 to go in regulation. Elk River trailing 3-2 over against Totino-Grace. Bonfie will take the face-off once again against Michaelis at center ice. Elk River controls the face-off. The backpedal in their own zone. Is reversing direction. Speeding up the other direction is Foss as a stick goes down to the ice. It's Bonfie who lost his stick. As Elk River with Brooks Butala briefly gains the offensive zone as play is stopped again with 9:07 to go. We have a penalty against Totino-Grace. It'll be Kyle Heffron for hooking. That coming with 9:07 remaining. 7:53 mark here of the third period. Elk River on a critical power play, looking to tie this one up. As the Eagles get a clear out into the neutral zone. Now into the offensive zone, 2-on-1 come the Eagles. Backhand shot just pushed wide, short-handed, and could see Delzer was frustrated. He had a wide open net and he just deflected it wide. As the Elks will reset, 1:27 to go in the power play, 8:31 in the game. Right midway through the third period. Into the offensive zone come the Elks. They'll slow things up. Foss. Going to get it down to Michaelis, who couldn't quite control it as it plays its way around the Eagle net. As the Eagles able to get another clear. With 57 seconds remaining in the power play, as Foss back to get it. Leave it for Butala. Butala will gain the offensive zone for Elk River. As he's fended off in the corner. Butala, though, he'll come out with it. Thinking about the one-timer, but then letting up on it, though, with Greniak. With Foss with it. Foss will work his way in. Foss's shot saved by Howe. He covers it up with the glove. 27 seconds remaining in the power play. 7:34 in the game. 3-2, Totino-Grace leading the host Elks here at the Elk River Arena. As Blake Johnson takes the face-off against Jack Bonfie as it circles around to the near side. Foss able to hold the zone for the Elks. He still has it down on the near side. He's working his way in, winds up for a shot through traffic. Save how rebound, score! Joe Greniak able to get that rebound home. Elk River has tied it up on the power play with 7:19 to go in regulation. And that coming at 9:41 of the third period. Howard able to stop that first shot in traffic, but Greniak able to get that rebound as it came right out to him. The third goal of the year as this one intercepted, but then taken away. Cleared back out into the neutral zone as Butala and Foss get the assists on the goal. And the Eagles quickly back into the offensive zone. Centering feed intercepted. And the Elks control it. They'll play it off the far side board. The Eagles are able to hold the zone once again. A long shot knocked down by Espum. He plays back around to the far side. It's Nielsen trying to hold the zone. There's a shot that'll go wide by Stitcha. Stitcha able to hold the zone. And play it up into the corner, just out of reach of Ben Palmer. Plays back around behind the Elk River net. 6:20 to go in regulation. 3-3 tie game, winding up for a shot. That'll go wide. As Bonfie tried to get in the way of that one, perhaps to redirect it as well. And Elk River quickly steers this one back into the Totino-Grace zone. About to go under 6 minutes to go in regulation. We hit the 11-minute mark. The play moves again back into the Totino-Grace zone down in the near side corner. It's loose out in front of Howe, jamming away at us. It slides through back down into the corner. And then tipped back out into the neutral zone by the Eagles as Foss will race to track it down with Delzer right behind him. We poke back up onto the far side boards. We chip back into the Eagles zone where Howe will cover it up with 5:29 to go in regulation. 3-3 the tie game. Greniak's third goal of the season for Elk River ties it up on the power play. And at 9:37 of the final period. You're off the face-off. Loose on the throw. Backhand shot just wide down into the corner. Well, the Eagles play it back around the net. Centering feed was tipped back out to the blue line, but Elk River, here's Foss. Foss's shot into traffic is deflected out into the corner. Might have gotten through to Howe. And the Eagles trying to push it back out to neutral ice. Elk River definitely showing all the momentum at this point as we go under the 5-minute mark. 4:52 and counting in regulation. 3-3 tie game. Then coming to the far side is Belanco. Belanco will work his way in. Belanco trying to go to the backhand, but he got tied up by Foss. Good job there by Foss to tie him up as Belanco was trying to drive the net as it sent out a play into the bench. We'll have a face-off coming in the Elk River zone with 4:38 to go in regulation. But the face-off is played around to the near side. Utala will throw this one ahead for Michaelis. Michaelis with a shot that'll go off the end boards. 4:25 to go in regulation. Trying to center this one through. Dangerous play as it was deflected a couple times as it got in on Howe. Elk River able to hold the zone. Long shot. Howe knocks it down, and he is able to get his glove on it and cover it up with 4:11 to go in regulation. Obviously, these Elks, they don't want to settle for overtime. They want to win it here in regulation. Certainly all the momentum going their way at this point. An offensive zone face-off for the Elks coming to the right of Howe. Got the face-off. Elk River controls. There's a shot blocked. Still loose in front as it's picked up and sent into the neutral zone by Bonfie. Fighting for it is Palmer as he gains the offensive zone for Totino-Grace. Play it around the Elk River net. Entering feed as Belanco almost able to get a hold of that one. With the Eagles control again now high in their own zone. 3:42 to go in regulation. It's chipped off the near side boards by Wachek. And the Elks able to push it back into the neutral zone. 3.5 minutes now to go in regulation. The offensive zone, but then getting tied up as he drove the net with Wachek. It's cleaned back out and will not be able to be held in by the Eagles this time. Down to the near side, Stitcha into the offensive zone with Thielen. The Elks trying to chip it back the other way. And they'll throw this one all the way through the neutral zone. It will go in on Howe. And this time he'll glove it. Thought about leaving it for one of his teammates, but eventually saw that uncharging Elks player and just put the glove on it. 3:02 to go in regulation. Joe Greniak with the tying goal here in the third period. We get 9:37. The Eagles play it around to the far side. Chip it off the far side boards and now back into the neutral zone. He's racing to catch up with it is Nick Nielsen. They'll try to send it around as River will play it on the near side. Vitala will give it to Michaelis. Michaelis with speed into the offensive zone. He'll send a shot saved by Howe with the pad. Played off the near side boards, winding up for a shot through traffic, and Howe able to find it again. Jack Ferry winding up from just inside the blue line. 2:28 to go in regulation. An offensive zone face-off for Elk River coming as the Elks getting their personnel on the ice as Jack Ferry comes back on. Making the draw for the Elks, number 21, Blake Johnson, is pushed into the corner. And able to hold the zone are the Elks. The Eagles, though, possessing it now in their own zone. Speeding through neutral ice. As Wachek will get tied up. It'll be sent back the other way by the Elks. It'll go all the way down. The Eagles will play it behind their own net. About to go under 2 minutes to play as we pass the 15-minute mark here of the final period. The long pass into the offensive zone in onside. Getting it down, they score! Kyle Heffron able to get that give and go, and he puts Totino-Grace up 4-3 with 1:53 to go. You see the bench excited. And Totino-Grace again on top. Elk River had all that momentum, but that long stretch pass works out to the Eagles' advantage, and they go on top. A very exciting third period continuing as off the face-off. Into the offensive zone is Humphrey. Wrap around. It's loose next to Howe. Now it's poked back behind the net, and I think one of the players fell on, rather the net came loose. So Heffron putting Totino-Grace up 4-3 with under 2 minutes to play. Now 1:44 to go. Offensive zone faceoff coming for Elk River. Michaelis will take it against Adam Johnson. The shot off the faceoff, that's blocked. It'll go up into the corner. Eagles clear it there. Delzer will throw it into the neutral zone. It'll come down to the near side as Johnson chips it in deep. So this is going to make life a little difficult for the Elks if they want to get the goaltender out of the net as it's back into the neutral zone. 2-on-1 are the Elks. Backhand shot, score! Zach Michaelis. And 31 seconds after Totino-Grace took the lead, it's a tie game once again. Eagles chip this one all the way down in deep. Heffron, who had the go-ahead goal less than a minute ago. Well, it was the go-ahead goal at that time, but there was a shot blocked. The Eagles able to hold the zone and to push this one back in deep. And the Elks the other way into the offensive zone with the pass blocked. Still loose in the Elks offensive zone. Oh, and Howe just able to get a pad on that shot as it trickled out in front of him. 45 seconds to go in regulation. This one sent in deep. Ben Palmer has it for the Eagles. He'll throw it all the way down. It'll be knocked down by Ferry. Foss with it as Ferry takes it back. 30 seconds to go in regulation. Banked off the far side boards. Ferry will steer his way into the offensive zone. Ferry's shot pushed wide as he had a couple of yellow jerseys in front of him. Ferry able to hold the zone. So shot through traffic, and that rebound just out of reach of Humphrey. The shot up, I think, got through to Howe there. Under 5 seconds to go in regulation. And the Eagles will bring it out into the neutral zone, and that third period was fast and wild, and just when you thought the final punch may have been thrown, the Elks had a counter with 1:22 remaining in regulation, just 31 seconds after they had fallen behind on a goal by Kyle Heffron. Mac Michaelis answering with a goal of his own on that 2-on-1 rush. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll get to catch our breath as well. Watching Youth Hockey Hub coverage, Elk River against Totino-Grace. Everybody, welcome back to the Elk River Arena with a thrilling third period leading to nothing quite being decided yet. Getting set to drop the puck to start overtime. The period started with the Eagles leading 3-2. As Elk River got the tying goal from Joe Greniak coming about midway through the period. And then with 1:53 left, Kyle Heffron put Totino-Grace back on top with under 2 minutes to play. But that lead only lasted 31 seconds, and then Austin Mikolas putting his game back in a deadlock at 4-4. We begin overtime. Carrying it along the near side, getting on to Heffron on the far side. Heffron with a shot save by Esprum. Elk quickly with speed back the other way into the offensive zone. That shot pushed wide by Humphrey. We'll play it back around to the far side. It'll be flipped back through the neutral zone. And we'll have an icing coming here and a face-off back in the Totino-Grace zone. 7:24 to go in the overtime period. Face-off will come to the left of Howe, the goaltender. Face-off pushed back into the corner. Stitcha trying to send it the other way, but it's taken away by Elk River. And off the far side boards. Got into the neutral zone, or Ferry has it. Taken away by the Eagles. Getting tied up was Johnson as he tried to start a drive. He backs off. Eagles with it as they bring it back into the offensive zone. Delzer circles the net, and he loses control of it. Push it back around to the near side corner. Loose out front. That shot, point blank, saved by Esprum. Sent all the way down for another icing, and we'll have a face-off now back in the Totino-Grace offensive zone with 6:33 to go in overtime. 4-4 our score. Zach Mikolas, just 31 seconds after Totino-Grace had gone ahead with 1:53 to go, knotted it back up at 4. That's how we got here. Face-off controlled by Greniak, who had the other goal for Elk River in the third period. He'll be able to poke this one away from danger down into the near side corner. Banked off the far side boards in front of the Totino-Grace bench. Who's now in front of the Elk River bench as the Eagles able to poke it back into their offensive zone. Around to the near side. Greniak sends it far side into the offensive zone is Butala. Butala with a shot saved by Howe as he's able to cover it. 5:58 to go in the overtime. Game tied at 4. Thanks for joining us here on Youth Hockey Hub this evening. I'm Patrick Lilia alongside Brett Johnson. Thrilling game from the Elk River Ice Arena. Got the face-off, there's a shot, and again into the midsection of Howe. We'll have another face-off. 5:55 to go in the overtime. With the face-off, it'll be played around by the Eagles, down into the near side corner. Sent back the other way by Elk River around the Eagle net. With Joe Nordstrom, one of those down there for Elk River, as the Eagles able to poke it back into the near side corner. Elk River trying to come out with it. And the Eagles steering their way through the neutral zone. As Thielen gets tied up in the corner, it's taken away there by Greniak. Gets by Nielsen all the way down into the Elk River offensive zone once again. Going to kick it out of there is Stitcha. Still loose on the near side. Centering feed was blocked. They're coming out with it with a shot. How able to make the save, and he's able to somehow cover it up as Humphrey was whacking away at it from all kinds of angles, and somehow John Howe was able to get on top of it to the point of getting play stopped. 5 minutes exactly now remaining in overtime. Offensive zone face-off for Elk River to his right, but it's won by Totino-Grace. Quickly into the offensive zone is Palmer as he got tied up from behind. As Esperum able to swat that one away. Comes down to the near side. The Elk Elks into the offensive zone with Mitch Moss. Nicholas is also sending it back the other way. 4.5 minutes remaining in overtime. Works itself free. Moss trying to play it around the Eagle net. Centering feed intercepted by Totino-Grace. Poked up into the corner, but the Elks maintaining control. That one also intercepted, and the Eagles bringing it back through neutral ice. Wachik getting it down to Heffron. That centering feed just out of reach as well of